Hey everybody, it is I, Super Paul Games. Welcome back to Lads in Distress, where our lovely Princess Charming is trying to convince Prince Zell to leave the tower, but he's like, I'm not leaving this tower, so no matter what. I set down my fork as I stare at him intently. Why? Why are you so attached to this place? Zell's face twists and he avoids my eyes as he frowns at the table. Did you marry the table, Zell? Is that what happened? It's not the attachment. I just won't leave. What's so damn great about this place? I'm asking because, honestly, I want to know, okay? What are the good things about this place that makes you want to stay? Is it rent controlled or something? I may understand if, like, you explain and stuff. Zell seems vaguely surprised at my reaction and gives me a soft smile. Well, I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe I'll tell you more about it later, but not now. Zell, I'm gonna kick you in your god-blessed crotch! Tell me, you fuckwad! Well, I'm sorry. Alright, you can tell I'm very patient. Despite Zell's gentle refusal, I can feel tension in the air. Look, she's as mad as I am. She's like, bitch, I came all this way, I fought a motherfucking dragon! Tell me what's going on. Knowing that I won't be able to convince Zell this instance, I decide to tactfully drop the subject and change to a happier topic. Zell gratefully follows my lead, and we go back to discussing his cooking abilities and utensils. That has got to be great. She's like, my folks need the money now, and I'm talking about a motherfucking fork. Fork you, Zell! Even though we are no longer talking about leaving, my mind doesn't drop the matter. Of course not. You're going to be one of those, I was going to say women, but like, I get that way too. Where I'm a woman? No, not that. Shut up. Where it's like you get a one-track mind, you're like, no, we are coming back to this subject. You're not ready to talk about it now, but I will bring it up in a day or 5 minutes. I wonder what this prince is hiding. Why doesn't he want to leave? I must find out. I flip through the pages of the book for the 100th time. Who wrote the damn poem about you, Zell, then? Somebody wrote a poem about you in a freaking tower. Was it you? And how did it get out there? Did the dragon publish it? Over the course of the past week, I have finished reading every single book in his meager collection in this room. I'm growing more and more restless by the moment. You don't need to change your clothes. How do you bathe? You must be really stinky. However, I still have had no luck persuading Zell to leave, or convincing him to explain why he wants to stay here so badly either. Which means, until I achieve my goal, I am stuck here. I sighed loudly, at my train of thought. To his credit, Zell looks up a minute at me with a patient smile, even though I know my complaining and sighing must have been getting annoying after this long. I've read all these books like 1,000,000 times now. Are these all you've got? Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm sorry. Aren't you bored here with only this handful of books to entertain you? Yeah, well, I don't know. You find ways to pass the time. One of my favorite activities is cooking, which is probably why I go through my supplies so fast and then put on so much weight. Yeah, you're real fatty there, bro. My fat weighs more than your entire body. You look fine to me. I eye his figure dubiously, especially his crotch area, and within the raised eyebrow. He blushes at my gaze. Zell stutters, and I can't help but chuckle at his adorable, flustered expression. Why don't we just leave the tower for a bit or something? Maybe if I could slowly start getting him out of the tower, he'll be more willing to leave once and for all. What? This again? Charming, I said I'm not leaving. I know. I'm not asking you to leave permanently. I'm just saying we can walk around and have a picnic on the field right outside the tower. We won't even leave the vicinity. You'll be able to keep the tower in sight the entire time, and you can return whenever you wish. How's that sound? Well, I don't know. Come on, you must be boned. I want to get boned. You must be bored after years of being stuck up here. I've only been here a week and I'm already bored out of my mind. Don't you feel claustrophobic? It'd just be for a couple hours at most. Only a few feet away from this tower. It'll be fine. We'll return right after the picnic. Zell hesitates, his eyes searching my face to make sure I meant what I said. How will he even get back up here? He's not magical, is he? Finally, a slow, wry smile spreads across his face as he nods. Smile. Oh, that face. Touch the face. Touch the boobs. She's like, sorry, I should have asked. As if I can refuse anyway. You'd probably threaten me with your fiery balls again. You do know me well already, dummy. Let's go. Come on, love you. Wait. What about the dragon? He should be staying guard out there as usual. You still don't trust what I said about the dragon? Really? Really? No, I do. Oh, shoot. I'm worried. I've seen that dragon burn many soldiers to crisp without blinking an eye before. Maybe both, but not one. The concerned frown on Zell's face causes me to smile involuntarily. Zell is so earnest and trusting, so different from all the people I've known in my life. There is just this rare, sincere sweetness about him that is so out of the ordinary. Whether it is the result of years of isolation or his own nature, I can guess I'll never know. I don't understand how he accepted my explanation about the dragon's nature and my relationship with the dragon so easily, especially considering all the crimes he must have witnessed the dragon commit over the last 9 years. But that doesn't make my job easier. I'll be fine, alright? Trust me? The dragon simply adores me. He wants some of this? Who doesn't? I'm sparkly beautiful. No surprise there. Who wouldn't? Oh, what? Did you just flirt, Zell? Both Zell and I look surprised at his words, and a flush immediately covers Zell's cheeks as he starts stuttering. Even the tips of Zell's ears start to turn red. I can't help but giggle at the sight. She's like, oh, I'm gonna get some. Why, thank you. That was very sweet of you. You're adorable yourself. Oh. Zell starts coughing furiously. And my laughter grows in volume. I do love messing with him. His reactions are always so endearing. Come on, let's go already. Are you ready? Without waiting for his answer, I use my magic to levitate the both of us and the basket of food out the window, causing him to yelp in surprise. Oh my, yelp. Am I going to fall and die, Charming? I'm too young to die. I throw my head back in laughter. At the fearful look at his face. Girl, you are fucking nutso. No, trust me, okay? Just relax and enjoy the ride. That's what I'm going to say when I get on top of him later. Woohoo! I twirl around happily, breathing in the fresh air and the sweet smell of the grass. Finally, I have no idea how Zell can tolerate being in that room every single moment of the day for so long. Maybe he's got anxiety disorders. It happens. Zell keeps looking around warily. He reminds me of a frightened rabbit who sensed the hunter, muscles tense to scurry away at the slightest motion. Understandably, if I had a dragon that murdered everybody that tried to come to my house for like 8 years, I would be 9 years, whatever it was, 10 years, I'd be a little worried too. That he might show up and eat my face and blow me? That sounded wrong. Don't worry, it looks like the dragon isn't here right now. It probably flew off to chase another butterfly. Oh. Zell cracks a tiny, nervous smile at my joke. So it's not as bad as you thought, right? It certainly is different. I've never seen the tower from this angle before. Really? Not even when you first arrived? No, I was, knocked out. I think when I woke up, I was already in the room, so I never actually seen the tower. I see. Great story. Did you try to escape when you woke up? No, I could see the dragon from my window. I was like merely a child back then, so I didn't dare try. I knew I would become the dragon's meal, and he'd poop me out. Be Prince Poop. I don't want to be Prince Poop. Yeah, that's understandable. Must have been quite the traumatic experience and all that. Oh, well, it's not that terrible, really. I shake my head dubiously. I highly doubt it's not as awful as it sounds, but his optimism is certainly one of his best qualities. So far, Princess Charming, you have picked the best guy of the bunch. I mean, of course, we didn't know much about Mer, but Snow was like a player, and Mer made a bad choice trading his voice for something. So far, Zelle's pretty cool. Either your childhood was unspeakably dreadful, or you are simply too positive for your own good. Zell has visibly began to relax during our conversation, so much so he farted, and his next smile is a lot more genuine.
I don't think it's either. Regardless, and it really is a beautiful view from down here at your boobies. I'm just kidding, but not really. Completely different from what I see out my window usually.
I stay silent for a moment at Zell's obviously deliberate change in topic, wondering if I should press the issue. In the end, I decide against it and just smile politely. Yes, it is, isn't it? We got really lucky. It's a beautiful day today. No sign of a single dark cloud anywhere. Come on, let's set up our picnic. I'm hungry, boner boy. Oh, she's mad now. I moved to sit on the soft grass, but a bit further away. But at Zell's hesitance, I moved back closer to the tower with a sigh. She's like, damn it, this spot's more beautiful. Zell sits down beside me. Oh! And an apologetic but grateful smile gracing his delicate face. So delicate, my boy.
Thank you. I'm sorry I can't get away from the tower.
My frustration wanes at Zell's soft apology. She's such a softie for the boys. Why is this so hard to be upset at him, guys? I suppose I do need to be more patient. Baby steps if she's gonna get into his pants. After all, we are already making progress so far. Rushing it will only cause it to backfire. Sometimes you gotta go slow when you want to get the lovin'. It's alright. I busy myself with plucking the apples from the food basket, setting them out on on the grass neatly. While I work to set up the picnic, Zell's wide eyes keep darting around, taking in the scenery. The expression of awe and delight grows with every passing second. It really is a beautiful world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I never thought I'd get to experience this again. To feel the grass beneath my feet and the warm sunshine on my beautiful face. It burns! The feeling is indescribable, but it mostly feels like burning, which I can describe.
Seeing the innocent, childlike joy on Zell's face at such a simple activity as sitting on the grass in the sun, I can't help but be affected by his contagious happiness. Oh no, I've got the happiness disease too! I can hear the longing and happiness in Zell's voice, and while part of me feels victorious at this small win, oh god, she's one of those kind of people, I knew I'd beat you, the bigger part of me is even more confused. Clearly, Zell, like any sane person, craves to experience the world and be free, so why is he refusing rescue when he finally has a chance to leave his prison? I can imagine, I feel so much better now. I've only been in that tower for like a week and stuff, bro. You've lived in that cramped room for like 9 years. I can't even possibly begin to understand what it must have been like. And how do you use the bathroom? Do you poop out the window? I think I'd fall down.
Well, what I said earlier, it actually isn't that bad. It isn't too different, from living in my castle when I was a child before I was kidnapped and brought here.
Wait, so that's why you're justifying it? You had a very shitty childhood, as like your parents were like, no, you can't ever go anywhere in the castle. Taken aback by the implication of his words, I blurt out the question burning in my mind. How big is thou's wiener? How is that even possible?
No, don't get me wrong. I wasn't kept prisoner in my own room. I just means it feels just as suffocating and lonely in the castle. The majority of my childhood is spent in my room, one lesson after another.
Aw, so you didn't get to be like a real kid to hang out with other kids and run around? That sucks.
I was rarely allowed to even step foot in the gardens to play. All I could do was admire them from my window high above. My parents were always so busy with their royal duties
You said duty.
that they rarely found time to play with me either. I don't know, though I did understand why. It's difficult to be rulers. Very demanding position indeed.
I hope he picks the missionary position. Oh.
I never complained to them about it, though. So I'm used to this kind of existence. I'm happy with it, even.
Zell looks unfazed by what he has just revealed, but I can barely hide my shock and sympathy. I suppose that explains why Zell stays sound in mind even after his trauma and years of isolation, which would normally be enough to drive any man insane.
Insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain.
Whoa, again, every time. Still, it doesn't really give me any clues about why Zell is so attached to the tower. If anything, after his childhood and years as a prisoner, shouldn't he be even more eager to be free now that he is an adult and can exercise his free will? I open my mouth to speak, to try and offer him some words of comfort, but I can find none. Wordlessly, I reach out and place my hand on his, hoping that it will convey the feelings that I can't put into words. Is that a heart in the tree? That tree's like, I love you, Prince. There's a moment, and he's not even talking to this prince. It's a different prince who wears purple. There's a moment of silence as we both just admire the beautiful landscape sitting side by side. Eventually, we start eating food that Zell had prepared, joking and chatting as usual, taking advantage of Zell's surprising openness, perhaps due to his emotional state from stepping foot inside the outside, or in the outside world for the first time in years. I decided to ask him any questions I can come up with to try and know him better. Like, what's your favorite color? I bet yours is pink, girl.
Purple. If you can't tell already from my outfit, what's yours?
I'm pretty sure you can guess too. Use your eyes. Both of us chuckle in amusement. Taking another bite from the apple, I point at the blonde hair flowing across his shoulders. Accusatory. How? You gonna be like, that's not your hair? You know, I've been meaning to ask you, why is your hair so long? It's almost as long as mine. What, maybe he likes long hair, girl? Why you gotta judge?
Well, apparently it's rather difficult to give yourself a haircut. I eventually gave up and just grew it out. I suppose it's rather unconventional, but I rather like the way it feels. I pretend I'm a horse and I neigh about, or I ride me.
It looks good on you. I can't explain it, but it suits you. Well, nothing wrong with a guy having long hair. Maybe you think he looks like a girl. You're like, I want a he-she. Truthfully speaking, I was jealous of your gorgeous hair the first time I met you. I wanted to shave it all off and wear it. That's not weird, is it? No man is allowed to have prettier hair than I do.
No man!
Zell clutches his hair protectively in mock horror, and we both giggle like a bunch of children. Oh. That is not really what I think children giggle like. What was your dream as a child? Probably not to have such a bleak existence. A faraway look enters Zell's eyes as he tilts his head up towards the sky.
Well, this is a rather embarrassing story. I used to dream that one day I would grow wings and be able to join the birds flying high in the endless sky. Butterfly in the sky! I can go twice as high.
You can stop singing now.
Take a look! Then I could fly anywhere I want to go. Explore all the beautiful, mysterious places around the world.
Alright, now it is a little suspicious that he wants to stay in the castle when his lifelong dream was to go out and see shit.
It wasn't until I was 7 when I finally realized I wasn't gonna grow wings.
Oh, that's so sad.
I cried for 2 weeks, I think, and they called me Crybaby Sissy Boy. I was pretty silly, wasn't I?
Feeling a wave of emotion rush over me, I take Zell's hand in mine and squeeze. A light blush immediately colors his cheeks. Not at all. I have a similar story. When I was young, I wanted to be a star. That is way different. He wants to fly around and you're like, I want everyone to worship my nuclear power. It was probably my parents' fault. Why are you blaming your parents? They took me stargazing often because they said the princess of the Lunar Kingdom must know all about the moon and the stars. And hey, would you like to see my moon later? I didn't really say that, but maybe. I was mesmerized by how dazzling the stars can be hanging in the night sky. So I wanted to be one of the stars. I wanted to shine brightly in the darkest of nights and bring other people joy and wonder. Just like what I felt when I gazed up at the starry sky. That's really sweet. Have you bothered to do that at all, princess? Of course, I eventually realized this dream would never come true and moved on to better things, like making potions, truth serums. But it's a secret dream still close to my heart. Meeting Zell's gentle and warm gaze, I feel a strong fluttering in my stomach. Bleh! It only worsens at Zell's words.
Well, you're already the brightest star of them all, Charming.
Damn, boy! This man's got player moves! He's just like, woman, get up in my castle for a week, and then I lay it on you. Clearing my throat. I avert my eyes, fixating my stare at the blades of grass next to me. Oh man, I might get the wiener. Why am I getting all flustered because of him? My lady parts are getting Niagara Folly. What am I even doing here? It started out as my sneaky way of trying to convince Zell to leave with me, but it somehow turned into something close to a date, everybody! What am I doing? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to say. What is going to be more romantic? This is a means to an end? No, it's going to be a fun break that we're enjoying with him. It's been a fun break. After all, I've been extremely stressed lately with all the arrangements for a politically advantageous marriage. I deserve this break. I will still convince Zell to go back to his kingdom, but until then, I can just relax and enjoy myself. I mean, why the hell not? After all, I can't deny that Zell is great company. Just great company, of course. Nothing more than that. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm not starting to have lady feelings for him. Maybe a little bit. Ooh, I inch closer to Zell, who is busy reading on the bed. That's where we're going to end it. So we had a successful kind of date, and now we're sitting on the bed with a dreamy man, inching closer to him. I hope he's got more than an inch in his pants. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all next time where maybe she'll find out what he's got in his pants. I don't know. Take it easy.